Hello everyone. In this section, I will quickly walk you through the importance of UML in software engineering. Now, we have seen the software development lifecycle, the components which are associated from UML viewpoint, and what UML is. But how does it helps? Basically, it helps in the communication. If you see this one, the communication between developers with the stakeholders, in documentation between the project history. If you are maintaining a history of projects, you will be able to see that what are the changes that has happened in the documentation. For future references, it is very important. It is also important for the design validation. Whatever you see in the UML, you will be able to do an early error detection, feasibility checks. In the project planning phase, you are definitely using the UML for estimating time, resource allocation. For the code generation, tools like Rational can generate the code, so that's why an automatic code generation is also possible through UML diagrams. The code reusability, the quality assurance, standardizations, and the best practices are maintained. And for the risk mitigation, it is just not risk that happens, you have to mitigate, so you will be able to identify the risk through those UML diagrams. And also for the contingency planning. So let's move to the section where we see that how this UML is used across the industry. If you see the top 5 architecture, you can see that enterprise architecture, you will be having TOGAF, FIAF, Archimate, DODAF, Jackman. In the ontology side, you can see OWL, RDF, SCOS, FOAF, and Dublin core. From the processes viewpoint, BPM, Scrum, Kanban, Lean, Six Sigma. Software frameworks viewpoint, you must be aware with MVC, MVVM model, clean architecture, microservice architecture, which is across the industry today, the event-driven architecture. From the data framework viewpoint, you can see DAMA and DMBOK. Then the other data architectures, what is available, from the data vault to Lambda architecture. In the AI frameworks, whatever you see, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Keras. What I'm trying to say through this particular architecture or viewpoint is, everywhere, whatever you see here, everywhere you can use UML. Let me move to the next section, you will be able to relate it very easily. Now, for the enterprise architecture frameworks, for TOGAF, you are using class diagrams, and in every phase of TOGAF, you can have many kinds of diagrams. I'm just giving an example so that you can relate. The component diagram for FIAF, the Archimate is having facility to do everything from phase A to phase H of TOGAF, and you can do the sequence diagram. In the MVC side, when you are going for the software frameworks, you can do the activity diagrams, state diagrams, entity relationship diagrams, which is called as the EAR diagram for any kind of data architecture. From a data architecture viewpoint, you can also do the object diagrams. For the EI, you can do the deployment diagrams, you can do the package diagrams. In OWL, you can do class diagrams. In RDF, you can do object diagrams. In the BPM, you can do activity diagrams. In Scrum, you can do state diagrams. So basically what I'm telling, it is a standard notation across the industry. It will improve the communication. It is easier for maintenance and understandable by all your stakeholders. So that's what I wanted to say it here. Let's go to the next section and quickly see through the history of UML.